I bought this little ATV. I think it's originally from Halfords. I bought it from Gumtree for £10 and just thought for a bit of fun I'm going to try and mod it to take out the lead acid battery and replace it with a drill battery so that it can be charged quicker. I was going to put a little thumb screw just to secure the seat in place. I'll need to put one of these brass inserts and then a threaded thumb screw just to easily secure and remove it whenever I need. Okay, so I'll probably start by cutting away some of that plastic, drilling some holes, adding these LED 12 volt lights just for decoration, and it's really just to have a go at learning about this a bit more. Multi-pack with amber, white and red. I put the red at the back for the brake lights, amber for kind of signal, and white for the headlights. So these are some of the tools I'll be using: a drill, some motors are made for ride-on toys, a little charging dock. I've got a PWM pulse width modulation with a kind of thumb potentiometer. You can turn it to 0 all the way up to 100%. I'm going to add that in to be able to adjust the speed. There's a foot switch. I'm going to also work on the steering to make it a bit tighter. So at the moment it's got a very wide turning circle. I'll just narrow that down so it can be more agile and have better steering. That hinge will need to be fixed at the front there, so I'll probably just put a screw through there just to make that more secure. I've removed that switch, the forwards and backward switch, because it was faulty. I'll just rewire all of that up. So there's an inline fuse that used to attach onto the old lead acid battery. So I'm just using this brushed Ryobi drill, and I'll be using this battery to power the ATV quad bike. It's a bit on the small side. I think I'm just going to use this as a learning project so then I can make a bigger go-kart. Ideally it would be a bit longer, the wheelbase, and will be lower down. Eventually I'd like to use brushless motors for better speed and torque, and also for it to be a bit quieter. This is good for an indoor project. There's just one motor. I'm going to chop that cap off and put a second motor in place. The only thing is it's hard to find a wheel hub that will fit onto these ride-on toy motors. These are fairly cheap. They are about £4 or £5 from Amazon on Prime, which is very surprising. Got some wire here. I think this is a bit too thick. I'll probably get away with thinner wire. Here is a battery voltage protection circuit that will switch off the power when a pre-programmed voltage has reached, so that we do not damage the drill battery. So you've got the in and the out voltage there with a little screw terminal to make ease of mounting. Here's the PWM, the pulse width modulation, to control the speed of a brushed motor, and it's very clearly labeled on the back with also screw terminals to make ease of mounting and connecting. So I haven't done much of this before, but it's easy enough. The LEDs are 12 volt, but I'm going to mount them in a series so that the voltage will not burn them out. I'm going to use these socket adapters to remove the nuts from the end of the rear axle. My daughter's helping me. Let's hold one end with the other. And then there you've got one wheel hub that the other one doesn't have a wheel hub, so I'll have to buy some wheel hubs. So drill some holes with a little hole bit. Easy enough, very thin plastic there. Don't drill your hand, of course. Push the LED into place and then wire it up in series as we're using 18 volts like this. Just give it a test. So do the two 12 volts work from an 18 volt battery, and it does work quite happily there. And undo all of this, and then we'll get a headlamp in there just for fun. I'll probably end up throwing this away after a few uses, or cutting all the parts back out, getting rid of that. So we'll take it out for a spin, and it's really high torque. You can climb up inclines, but the speed is quite low. But it can easily quite carry my 80 kilos of weight, and my daughter has no problem